But since Netflix is going through this huge debacle with, losing massive subscribers in a year that they were projecting to be millions in, like in the good, they ended up being 200,000 subscribers, like losing. So one of their many ditch efforts to help, save some money besides firing a whole bunch of employees is that they are toying with the idea of releasing Knives Out 2. It may release in theaters before streaming. Let's see, a little quote that we got from the Wrap here. It says, the platform is now in talks with major theater chains such as AMC in hopes of striking a deal with them for a 45-day theatrical release before Knives Out 2, amongst other titles, hit streaming. Now, Seth, maybe you can help me out with this because I'm not 100% certain. Has Netflix put out a movie to theaters before it streamed, like a Netflix original?
Not for 45 days. That's a full theatrical release.
Right.
Not for a full theatrical release. They've done like 2 weeks before, but nothing like this.
Okay. Yeah, I believe because when I make these cards, I have to like edit it down so there's not too much wordage in there.
Yeah.
But I believe they did say that they were that the 45-day theatrical release was a new addition to the deal. So yeah, that's a very good point. Do you think this is a good move for Netflix, Seth? Do you think it's going to make them more money? Because it seems to be, I think it's working for other platforms right now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why this wouldn't work, especially if it's releasing in theaters before the streaming service. Like if they were putting them on at the same time, then no, this would be an awful idea. Right. But they're doing 45 days before it hits streaming, so I think it's going to work fine, especially with this movie because the first one was really popular. So,
Derpy Gaming, I'm here for quality content. Derpy, I don't know if you noticed the new intro, but I included your comment on the new intro. It says I'm here for quality content just because. Oh, well, I appreciate you. Yeah, you son of a bitch. No, I appreciate your enthusiasm. Thank you, man. I appreciate you chiming in and watching us. Give us your thoughts, Derpy, on Netflix losing all this money, firing 150 employees. Is that the real reason? Because they want to save money from their $1 billion loss, and now they're moving Knives Out to theaters. Let us know your comments in your thoughts in the comments, please. Thank you. All right, now back to the main topic. So kind of lost my train of thought there. Thanks, Derpy. But Monty, the Knives Out 2 release in theaters before streaming. How do you feel about that? Do you as a guy that I know you can't make it to the theaters very often? Right. So like, does this piss you off more? Like you're like, oh man, I was really looking forward to that.
I do. It's okay. I wish that they would do it for honestly some of their other movies. Yeah, but honestly, it kind of turns me off a little bit because that's one of the reasons that honestly I give Netflix a good amount of credit sometimes. Is just because some of their original movies, unlike some of the other streaming channels, are actually pretty damn good. Some of them just come out of nowhere and they're really good, or at least pretty damn enjoyable. Obviously, there's some awful ones like Bright, which was, thank God that isn't getting a sequel, but that movie made me believe in God because I'm like, oh, thank God it ended.
Oh man, listen, Bright was up and down with me. When it comes to Bright, like I could see it. I could see what they were going for, but at the same time, all I kept watching was Suicide Squad with different people, except Will Smith was also in it. But it was like the same story of Suicide Squad because David Ayer did both those movies. It was like copy and paste the same
quality
thing.
Writer, totally. Yeah, no. Honestly, I wish that I kind of want it to stay the way it is, but I get it. The first Knives Out was popular for some reason, and they want to make money, and that's all right.
Did you not like the first Knives Out?
I thought it was okay. I think Rian Johnson's kind of a douchebag, so he's very self-contrived a little bit to me.
What did Rian Johnson do?
Besides shit on a whole franchise.
I was about to say The Last Jedi is what Rian Johnson.
Well, did he even do that though?
Yes, he did.
Well, Whoopsie
And then J.J. Abrams,
Yeah.
who is a whole other fucking story, tried to fix it with making a somehow worse movie. And he's like, "Oh, if you guys thought that was bad, watch this."
Hate
Man.
the artist, or hate the art, not the artist. Ryan
Oh,
Johnson
whatever.
himself
Hate the
did it
player.
wrong.
Hate the player, not the game. Whatever. These are just excuses.
Kind of
that
like
players
I
make
got
up
to
to
see the
keep
Andy
being
Warhol
assholes.
Museum. Found out that he kind of sucks as an artist. That was pretty big.
Derpy Gaming says, I watched Knives Out for 5 minutes, then turned it off. Ouch. Seth, are
I
you
called
Knives
who
alive?
the bad
Out
guy
hate?
was in the first
Where's
5
this-
minutes.
Knives Out hate coming from all of a sudden.
I don't know. I loved Knives Out because
I thought it was awful, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, oh yeah, Captain America's the bad guy. I was like, what? How do you know? It's like, because he's being nice. Like Ryan Johnson always does this. He's like, I'm gonna subvert your expectations because I'm so fucking smart. And he's like, no, you're not, dude. He's a
But he
wannabe
wasn't
Alfred
nice.
Hitchcock, man.
He wasn't nice though.
No, he was a dick. Which I mean, I
He's
get
a
it, but he
murderer.
was being nice to the
Yeah.
main person.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. And listen, to be honest
That's
with
just
you,
my personal opinion. That's it. And I get it. It's not popular. I know that. But any director who openly mocks a fan base for not liking the content that he makes, I just feel like if you can't stand by your own art, and
Did he do
instead
that?
you have to attack. He did when the hate for The Last Jedi started coming out. He's like,
I do remember.
"Oh, these
something
fans
about
just
that.
don't know what they're talking about. I know Star Wars better than them. Fuck them."
Oh, well,
And it's
when
like,
he's paraphrasing, I think.
yeah, pretty much.
Listen,
I don't speak that well of douchebag, so unfortunately.
I do my very best to separate the director from the film. I really do. When it comes to movies that are directed by people I don't necessarily like,
Paul Anderson.
well, like an example of this would be like, oh, this is gonna be a bad example. But like I love Avengers. I love the Avengers movie. I don't care that Joss Whedon directed it, even though I can't stand Joss Whedon as a director. Like I hate the guy.
Fair
But
enough.
I love the Avengers, and I love Age of Ultron. I think the Avengers and Age of Ultron are my two favorite MCU movies, are very close to it. So with that being said, so I like to take away the directors from the movie and just watch the movie as it is, and they're like, man, great movie. How the fuck did he come up with that? But with that being said, I think Knives Out is a great movie. But I also love.
I do like it. Well, no, hold on. I don't like the movie, but I do like what they were trying to do, creating kind of a noir, kind of murder mystery kind of thing.
Well,
I
yeah,
get it.
because
Cool
we need stuff like that. Sometimes we need a Clue-like movie, a movie that doesn't take itself too seriously, but it's still fun and interesting and does bring you into the story a bit. And that's what I really liked about it. But other than that, now it seems like that Netflix could be bringing this to theaters for a 45-day theatrical release.
Good for them.
Which, I think it's a great idea for them. I think it shows they see that they're in trouble and they're not scared to evolve.
Yeah, it's a smart business move, honestly.
Right. Because even though they're the leaders of streaming, they don't want to fall into the other movie delivery platform that they destroyed, the Blockbuster realm, where Netflix went to Blockbuster and said, hey, we want to do this new streaming thing. And Blockbuster said, no, thanks. Physical media is not going anywhere anytime soon. And then 2 years later, Blockbuster is dead. So I think they're kind of learning from Blockbuster's mistakes, ironically, and basically just saying, okay, you know what? We need to change things up. These other platforms are doing movies that are going to theaters and then coming here. That means drawing the crowd from the theaters to their streaming sites. That's what they need to do. And also, my personal opinion, they need to start advertising their stuff, because they don't barely. I don't know when a new movie comes out unless I read it in the trades, and you don't see trailers for it very often. You don't see promotional pieces very often. I think those are major areas of opportunity they need to rectify. Real quick, Jimbo says, I like Daniel Craig better than I liked him in any of the Bond movies. Yeah, he was very he's like, I don't know, he's like that really cool uncle. You know what I mean? Like Man, here's Uncle. He's being so serious, but Jesus Christ! Like, can you pass the salt? Where is the salt? Who took the salt? You know, like let's find this murder mystery. As a bad
he's the
example.
uncle you want to molest you.
Oh, what?
Sorry, gotta go dark. He's a really cool uncle.
He's the uncle you want to molest you. All right, welcome to Film Trigger, where we're not afraid to go there. Did you like Daniel Craig that much, Jimbo? Okay.
Nobody's that straight.
Okay. All right. So, with that being said, is there anything else you guys want to add on to this before we move on to our next thing here?
Yes.
Go ahead, Seth.
I'll say this. You know, Derpy Gaming, Monty. You know, you can hate on Knives Out as much as you want, but we got 2 sequels coming.
God damn it. Yeah.
So, I mean, at least they're going to be good. Like, y'all didn't get any good Star Wars sequels.
Totally.
Wait. Did you
just like there were so many good Fast and Furious sequels.
Well, there's not going to be 10 Knives Out movies.
Well, let's hope not.
Did you just
what?
threaten them?
It's like, yeah, we're going to make 2 sequels.
Oh yeah, you thought that was bad. We got 2 more.
No, I didn't threaten anybody.
Did sound threatening. It's like,
I didn't threaten anybody though.
I think one of your
there is a such thing as a wrong opinion.
That is true, yeah.
No, I'm kidding, obviously.
Derpy says, you take that back. It's the director's fault those movies are shit. Hey, movies are subjective, Derpy. They really are. I do, and I'm not ashamed. All right. Well, you guys go at it in the comments section. Well,
for the Daniel
we move
Craig
on here.
thing.
In round 1, ding ding, fight. Okay.
I like it.